G'day, welcome to Todd's Kitchen. There are literally thousands of cookie recipes out there, but this is Christmas, so I'm going to spruce it up a little bit. So join me today as I make my version of eggnog cookies. Okay, so we're going to start this recipe off by creaming our sugars. So into a mixing bowl, we're going to place in our softened butter. That's 3/4 cup worth, but don't forget, I'll leave a list of ingredients in the description below. So to that, we're going to add in 1 cup of white sugar and 1/2 cup of brown sugar. Now using a hand mixer or a stand mixer, we're going to beat this through until it's nice and creamy. Okay, so now that that's nice and creamy, to that we're going to add in 2 eggs, a teaspoon of vanilla extract, 3/4 cup of eggnog. Now if you can't find eggnog, I'll leave a link in the description to my Christmas playlist where you'll find my recipe. Okay, so we're just going to quickly mix this through until it's well combined. Okay, so now that's combined, we're going to add a pinch of salt, and that'll just help enhance the flavour. Then 1/2 teaspoon of baking soda, or bicarb soda, and then about 3/4 teaspoon of nutmeg. Now if you don't have a grinder, just use the pre-ground stuff that you buy from the shops. And again, we're just going to mix that through. Okay, now that it's all mixed, we're going to add in 3 cups of pre-sifted plain flour. And of course, we're going to mix that through until it's well combined. Okay, so finally I have a baking sheet here and I've just lined it with some non-stick baking paper. So with our mix, we're just going to grab about a tablespoon at a time and we're just going to place it on our baking sheet. Okay, so now we're just going to simply place this into a preheated oven at 180 degrees Celsius or 350 degrees Fahrenheit for 12 to 15 minutes, just until they're lightly browned. Okay, so I've just taken the cookies out of the oven and they're cooling down. So while they're cooling down, we're going to make the icing. So into a mixing bowl, we're going to place in our icing sugar or powdered sugar. Then we're going to pour in our eggnog, and don't forget the ingredients are in the description. And then our ground nutmeg. And we're just going to mix that through until it comes up to a nice thick paste. Okay, so our cookies are out of the fridge, and see how it's just slightly brown on the outside? That's when you take them out of the oven. So all we have to do now is just put on our lovely icing. Okay, so once you put the icing on the cookies, we're going to place this in the fridge just to give that icing a chance to set. And there we have it, our eggnog cookies. So it's an incredibly simple cookie recipe to make, but it's sure going to be one tasty one too. Yum, yum, yum. It's a nice, soft cookie. I wouldn't say moist, it's a little bit on the dry side, but that's all counteracted with that lovely, lovely eggnog icing on top. So when you add all that eggnog together, these cookies taste simply delish. But it doesn't just have to be for Christmas Day, because you're gonna have these any time of the year. And especially if you follow my recipe on how to make your own eggnog, you won't have to wait until the end of the year when the shops start to sell it. So thank you for watching this episode of Todd's Kitchen. As always, a list of ingredients are down below, as well as links to my Facebook, Twitter, Instagram and Home Handy Hints channel, where I put up 3 new Home Handy Hints videos every single week. And until then, please give this video a massive thumbs up, leave a comment and subscribe, and I'll see you next time for another delicious recipe.